Hello everybody, and today we're going to do my World War IV prediction. I know Maximum Remos, if you can, please watch this video because I think you've been waiting for this. So let's get started. Alright, so let's begin with my original prediction. Let's just show my full original prediction when this first mess here that's horrible happened, which I wholly hate this. So my original prediction, let's just start my original prediction. Alright, my original prediction was that Dutch team troops would push back with around 5 million troops on right here. And these special forces would push these guys, the Norwegians, back up to the northern border. And they would start to push in real quick. So and from here they would start their own invasion. Which I need to change the color. Which they would start to invade into Norway a bit. Then over here, Africa, we would have big fights over here. Eventually, though, I thought that North France, it would be able to secure its sovereignty, pushing back South France, and also Purple Team would begin a new front line over here against the Brown Nation, and starting a new rocket heads everywhere. I honestly thought that the Purple Team was going to honestly destroy the Brown Team for a little bit. So then Farmers Union, I thought that, honestly, I really thought that they would start to push in too. Poland too, I thought Poland was going to stand a chance here. And I thought they were going to be able to push in a bit farther from here. And then over here, like, turned into giant stalemates. And then right about at this time, we then have, Gold Team declaring war right on these guys, which I thought that these guys would start, the Gold Nation would start to push in really fast. And right now the Fascist Alliance is starting to kind of see success. And then India would get like super mad and they would declare war immediately. So India declares war and they start to fight into Bangladesh. Bangladesh is being defeated, and it's not so pretty for Bangladesh. But right now, Indian troops are right on those borders. From here, I thought Greece was actually going to join their own side in the war, forming the Democracy Front, where they start to push into Purple Team territory, where it is very successful here, and you can definitely see the problem, and definitely then we would have like naval ship battles here, and eventually though the southern Iberian nation would eventually destroy the navies of the Purple Nation and start moving up. I really underestimated the Purple Nation. I really thought they were very weak and that they would fall quickly under the these guys' rule. And I also thought that southern Iberia would start moving into South France, where soon North France would put troops both in Purple Team and South France. And the capital of South France would be captured, and it isn't looking too pretty. Iberian troops start to push in, which this is a problem. They recaptured the capital, then stalemates. Purple Nation realizes that they need to get to the capital of the Dutch real quick, so they start making more advances until it's all stalemated. Because guess what? The Purple Nation just spent a lot of money on making a spearhead to block off this area here, where Farmers Union troops capture around 500,000 Dutch troops. First off. But no need to fear, because the Dutch start to push back. But these are gently little slides. Ireland joins into the war the next day, or the next evening, or the next month actually, and they start to push in quickly, capturing this major city here, and starting to push right through, like just literally absolutely obliterating. The Dutch didn't even realize this was going to happen, so then, so the wall right here that 80s was talking about, let's just pretend this was a thing I knew about. The Norwegians would push through it and get really close to the Dutch capital, up to the north. And they would start a major, they would try spearheading right towards Purple Nation territory. The Golden Nation, West Africa, they're going to absolutely obliterate everybody they don't like. So you see, these guys, they start to fall pretty quickly. Like, there's no support towards them. They just fall apart. They start to support Southern Iberia's pushes to stop the Romans. Which the Romans are really like in multiple positions right now, which they don't want to be in right now. So they start to push in. Oh yeah, right here, over here in Russia. Well, I really thought that these two nations here would be both dictatorships. So eventually, thought they were both dictatorships. So I thought that the alliance, the Holy Russian Alliance, joins into the war on the side of the parallelograms or the dictatorial alliance. So then I thought that they would start to move in pretty quickly. You see, like the original Russian country here, they start to move a lot of their troops in. And then the Farmers Union sees this and is like, yo, what the and then it's the same thing over here. It isn't just going good. And these guys here, they're about to get jumped. No need to worry, because you are now getting jumped. In the Yellow Nation here, you absolutely get obliterated by them with all these troops coming in, and you stand no chance. Your capital's captured, and you have to wait till the end of World War, the World War. Then, all of here, these guys, I thought they were going to be converted to the Parallelogram Alliance. And basically, they would probably, I thought that they would invade into Israel, actually Palestine next, to liberate them real quick to make sure they don't join the war. And I think my theory is that this will cause the other nations to join in against all the Middle East to join in. And this isn't good because the Blue Nation and the Red Nation, what is going on here? We're gonna have the reincarnation of the Red Nation. So the Brown team loses their territories here. Norway loses their territories. But here's the thing. Here's a little twist. The Red team's a dictatorship. Yep, you heard me. The Red team unites under a single dictatorship, full of power. The world is confused, like, what? And then everybody starts getting jumped. And then randomly, the Blue Nation's a dictatorship. Why is this happening, you may ask? It's mainly because the Red Nation, the only way to get back was to become a helper of the Parallelogram Alliance. Which soon the Red Team people start to enlist in the military to fight and reform their empire. They invade quickly, taking over lands they once owned and then absolutely getting jumped. Yep, you heard me, they're getting jumped. Their balkanized nations that used to be a part of them are now jumping them. So we have a slow moving campaign toward the capital. But then the Orange Nation here just decides to roll right through the Pink Nation. Because they believe the Red Nation should come back together as an empire. Wait. And the Pink Nation's kind of stupid because they put all their troops here, and that's a big problem because you just got absolutely tanked. And the Red Nation's like, hey, to you, why not we unite? So the Orange and the Red Nation unite. Not too bad, not too bad. And let's go continue over here in Europe. What is going on in Europe? Oh no, the Libyan Navy has just beat the whole army of Rome in the ocean. They just beat it the whole navy. And now they're moving into Sicily. With all their troops moving through, Rome is calling immediate evacuation. And they call all of their troops out of Netherlands to start just pouring back out. The Netherlands starts to really push back with, oh no, what the frick? So let's think about the numbers real quick. Netherlands has 13 nuclear bombs. Why not use a couple of them? So, Netherlands, you have 13? 13 of what again? Oh, yeah. You love your nuclear bombs, bruh. Alright, 13 nuclear bombs, just ready to, go right for a nation or two. What's about to happen, you may ask? Nothing good. I'll tell you that. Nothing good. Remember that the Circle Alliance, the Square Alliance, doesn't have any nuclear bombs. Boom. Well, like a bit of like a kaboom, kaboom again, cause why not? Kaboom, kaboom, and kaboom. Oh yeah, I'm not done with you, Norway. Kaboom. Finally, kaboom. And the finals here, they go all the way here to India and nuclear assessment. It gets shot down and hits right here, but no need to worry because guess what? Kaboom. This is like what the like this is insane. The Dutch just used their nuclear bombs. This infuriates people. Infuriates. They love using their nuclear bombs, obviously. And the Dutch start to push in really fast into these nations. They mainly push into Norway and start absolutely obliterating their military. Their military, the Norwegian military, it's bad right now because all of their military bases were at their capital. The Dutch start moving into Norway. Not just that, But there's a problem. Rome doesn't give a care about the nuclear attacks. Matter of fact, they're even more in rage, pushing more and more into the Dutch. Netherlands realizes a major problem. They're playing defense right now. They're only going into one other nation. Then I realized, oh, we have a couple weak neighbors. Why not just engulf them right now? And then you have a problem. You're getting absolutely demolished right now. So you are now on defense, and you put a lot of your military into Britain now, which this is great. Right here is great. Ireland sees a problem. They're not as strong as the Dutch whatsoever. Oh no, bruh, not fair. Ireland just got kicked out the war really fast. These Dutch troops, they flood back in, and there's around 30 million. A good 27 million of them, and these troops, they push back right to the border. Oh no, bro. Alright, so they're pushed back. The Dutch start to push back to the border where there was a lot of troops. And over here, Rome is trying to push back a lot. It's not going as planned, but Greece makes a landing. Well, why did the Dutch not bomb Greece? Why not bomb Greece? Well, that's going to be for a later one. But Greece makes a naval landing into southern Rome, cutting off all the supply routes to their normal nation. Roman forces are like, what the frick happened? All of their fleets are destroyed because of Greece. The Libyans start to push in, and the Greeks and the Libyans look at each other, and they decide, okay, you want a peace treaty right now? Like, truce? And then we're just gonna jump the communism people? They're like, I don't see a problem with that. So they agree with, their whole alliance agrees, the Dutch agree. And the Dutch start to enter all of their troops right into Rome. The Dutch troops are very skilled. And they make a straight zig right here. They move right down, and uh-oh. This isn't good. Rome, you're collapsing, like, really bad. The Dutch are now even pushing back past the border, like, they push all the way back. Nobody except Rome is able to invade them right now. So the Dutch are now beating Rome. Rome is realizing a major problem, and first off, South France, that's gone. You can say goodbye to that. And so Rome is looking at themselves like, what the frick is going on? Why are my allies doing this to me? Farmers Union, what has been happening to you right here? Oh, you've been absolutely getting cooked. That's what's happening. But no need to worry, because the Farmers Union is not very weak after all. So they decide to push back a bit. They push back just a tiny bit. And they try to make a new offensive into the Brown Nation. This is kind of successful. It is kind of successful, so I mean, give it to them for that, but it's not very good. Like, Rome is looking at them like, high five, you want a cookie, bruh? Rome realizes a problem, and that's because they don't have access to the Baltic, and they push back the Brown Nation. Rome starts to enlist all of their military into pushing all these dudes back. And they eventually push back the Brown Nation on most of their border. And in Norway, they start to they do the same thing like in the real episode. They cry out for everybody join the military. And this happens. A large surge happens. A very large surge of soldiers push in. And then, Poland. People are tired of the war. Oh. The state of Poland is just collapsed. Y'all want to just go see what the frick happened here? So Poland is in a civil war right now, if you're wondering. So this is like kind of what's going on here. So you have like the civil war happening. These are fascist revolts, and they are very much stronger than before. And these fascist revolts push into the rest of Poland. The Dutch really love this. Farmer onion, I don't know how to say it. Farmer onion. Besides, sorry, Poland. You're not a country, bro. They have to re-annex Poland and start fighting back. I mean, but then your front lines are pretty cooked because the Dutch now they're putting all their forces onto you, and the new Poland puts all their forces on you by the Dutch. And then Farmer Onion, or whatever you're called, you start to suffer like really bad now. You're the one suffering, and now all these Polish troops are now entering. Not just that, Dutch troops. Can't forget about these dudes, These dudes they push into you like easy. This is easy stuff, bro. Greek troops push into Rome pretty easily. Then Rome is like in an outrage of anger because all their allies are literally not even there. Like they don't exist. Rome like realizes their allies are like bots. They don't exist. But lucky for Rome, they start to push back with a lot of like they fire a lot of commanders, and they call like, hey, we need good commanders. Eventually, though, no need to worry because Rome, you're doing perfectly fine now. You're pushing all these fascists out of your nation. And it's starting to look bad, kind of, for these other dudes. The Dutch look at this and are like, oh no, PTSD again. Can I tell you? Rome starts to invade into them again. But these guys, they know better from the past. They're just gonna knock out France from the war so the Dutch don't get any imports. Yeah, France's capital falls pretty fast. No need to worry, you can just like roll right through them. Make sure they never come back to history. This isn't the right color for South France, I know. But I'm just saying it. And then West Africa sees this and they're infuriated. They start putting a lot of their troops here, and they push in. The Roman versus the West African military, a very rivaled military. Oh no, Rome just basically blocked off the Brown Nation from doing anything. Look at this. This is not going well for the Brown Nation. Like, this is not. Yeah, Poland's a puppet nation now, so this is not very good. Like, the Brown Nation needs to, like, step up their game. Like, they cannot do this. Like, whatever this is not good. So, now their main goal, get Farmers Union out the war real quick. They make a very long attack, and Farmers Union capital has just fell under fascism. And these nations here, they start to absolutely take this. This nation here, no need to worry, because guess what? You take of it. So you can say goodbye to the Farmers Union, as it is gone. Completely gone, actually. And the Dutch, they move in real quick again. But now they have a full border to move in through. And you realize that, oh no, bruh. Purple Nation, you need to step up the game. Alright, so Purple Nation, you see the problem now. It's very hard to control this empire of yours. It's looking a bit like a little old. You can kind of see the old map from there. But anyways, West Africa. What is West Africa planning? Like, what has these guys been up to? Their nuclear submarine. Remember that? Oh, they just fired 7 nukes at. No, they just fired 2 nukes at these guys. That isn't good. And the Roman military is kind of shocked. Oh yeah, they just did a naval invasion of Corsica and stuff. And they start to push up into Rome. They get up here and it's like, what the frick? Then they realize the thing. Rome starts to do a spearhead with Norway. What is a spearhead for, you may ask? Oh, that was what that was for. So, like, this is not good. The Dutch, I have told y'all, I think the Dutch might have a downfall eventually. These guys start to push back against the Dutch. Now the Dutch are like completely alone. Like they cannot do anything anymore. They just can sit back and watch their empire fall as these troops start to enter in really fast. This is like not good. But no need to worry because they push back just a little bit. They push back for a little while and most of their troops are right here. Oh, this was a plan, bro. This was a plan. They knew this was happening, and now they have soldiers coming in from all sides. This was a plan. The Dutch wanted this to happen. And you see what happened when you don't think correctly? This was the whole plan. They would do this so that they would be able to push back the Norwegians and start to push back the Romans. The Romans, though, they're very strong, and the Dutch didn't really think about this. The Romans are literally, they just pass them in the military rank. The Dutch, when they get this letter, they see this little cool letter. They're like, it's nothing. And then they see that, and they're like, what the frick? The Dutch are infuriated. They're very infuriated. Alright, over here in Africa, over here in Tanzania, what is going on here? Oh, the Gold Nation is absolutely destroying. They're absolutely destroying here. Oh, this was my plan. So, when this was happening, the Gold Nation captures the capital of Tanzania. They don't stop, though. They push them so far that Tanzania is like, hey, can you stop? And then eventually they do. The Gold Nation, they send this as a warning to India. India's like, what is this warning supposed to do for me? Make me cry? Well, then something happens. The Great Nation, after a long history of wanting to return, the Great Nation declares their independence. And no need to justify this, but they're about to be jumped off the face of the earth. But no need to worry because they're not alone. Their old territory decides to join back up with them and form the old Green Empire. The Green Nation starts military campaigns through the Orange Nation here. This nation they just join. This nation here just joins the Green Nation. Hold up. Old thing. Alright, so these guys here, they just joined the Green Nation. And then now the Green Nation is ready for a full-scale invasion of what they planned. They attack right into this this Orange Nation. And from here, the Green Nation starts to destroy these nations. with ease. They're militarizing their population so much. Not a single person's at their house right now. Everybody gets absolutely cooked by the Green Nation. India sees this and they're worried. They're worried really badly. But something happens this day. Something really bad for India. An election. An election that takes place on July 34th, 2022. This election is to decide who is the next leader. And sadly, the dictator wins in India. Immediate civil war erupts in India. We had the old line team people. Well, this wasn't really my old plan, but you get where it is. These are like people that fighting for democracy. These guys all fight for democracy, and the revolts are severe. India has to leave the war. But the old leader already states it was a fair election, nothing was rigged. Well, maybe there was. Let it happen. This is how our direction of the country's gonna go. You can cry about it. The fascists really love this. Because instead of the communists winning, the fascists won. But these revolts get so bad though, India is in a full-on civil war. And everybody's about to jump the frick out of India. Oh, China. What is about to happen? Oh, yep, election, and guess who wins? The communist? What? The communist wins? Yeah, you heard me. The communist wins in this election here. And this communist wants to restore the glory of China. They declare war on Vietnam. Troops from all sides start to move in. Vietnam was already with the square line. Well, they were with the democracy side. But they're nowhere close to China's strength. China is just way too strong for them. All of their naval areas start to get destroyed. And Vietnam, well, now that's about to be Vietnam, realizes the problem. They messed with the wrong one. Oh, what's about to happen too? Australia. So you can kind of say that the Red Nation's about to kick butt here because that's what's about to happen, really. So this is kind of what happened the whole time. Yeah, you can say goodbye to the Blue Nation. They're kind of gone. Yeah, just make sure. But Vietnam starts to push back, and the Square Alliance is like really happy about this. You know why? They got a China on their side. They got a good China on their side. All right, over here, Purple Nation here. They need to do some business. They're looking really weird. They push right through this Lime Nation here. Why the Lime Nation, you may ask? They want to destroy the Blue Nation. But here's the thing. Attacking the Blue Nation is a major problem. Because look at this. Barely if any of their troops get through. The Blue Nation looks at this and declares war on the Parallelogram Alliance. And then...
I thought you were coming in here.
Boom.
Huh?
Boom. The Blue Nation is getting attacked, on all sides, actually. The Gold Nation, don't worry about these guys, because guess what these guys are ready for? Absolutely obliterating everybody. They're ready for that, bro. This nation here, their capital's captured, and they're told to surrender to the Gold Nation, or else have a couple genocides happen to you. They rather join the Gold Nation, so genocides happen, but not as much. There's only one genocide, but doesn't kill people, it forces them to change. They actually decided to be a little more smarter and ask for people just to change their religion. That's all they gotta do. Not kill them. I mean, you can threaten them if the gold team wanted. But the gold nation is way stronger than the blue nation. And they're not getting Indian support this time, so they're not getting out of this. Gold nation troops absolutely obliterate. And they decide to go into two different directions. And then what happens, you may ask? Well, they break up into two different directions, right? Then the Blue Nation announces this. They have made a hyper bomb. What is that, you may ask? It can destroy all of the parallelogram members in an instant. Well, the gold team, they also just announced that they did that too. And then the brown team too. Purple team. So all these dudes can basically wipe each other out at once. But they all decide not to do this, and most of them throw it away, including the Blue Nation. The brown team doesn't. They have plans for that. They have plans. Everything in the brown team is stalemated right now. And then, Greece makes a naval landing into Libya. Libya didn't even see this. They let Greece in. They literally did not see this coming. And the gold nation sees this, it's like, yo, buddy, you ain't doing anything here. You ain't doing anything fishy here. And then a perfect time for revenge. Why not? Because Turkey gets their revenge. The Crete Island nation, the old Crete Island nation, starts to attack right back in. They want their old territory back from Greece. Greece doesn't have any troops here. They left them. They left them in Africa. And they still have troops at the capital. Well, when they get there, it's not too pretty. It's hard. It's very hard. Because remember, they had a lot of troops here. Like right here, they had a lot of troops. Now they're pushing them through here. So they slowly push back. But it isn't enough to fully push them back. No, don't worry, because the Dutch are like looking at these dudes like, are y'all stupid or something? Like, y'all need to freaking fight, bro. No need to worry because the Libyans push them right back out. And naval invasion. I love naval invasions, bro. This isn't looking too good. Oh no. Capital just got captured, and Greece capitulates almost immediately after. I mean, you still have troops fighting, like barely. For many days, they hide right here in this little thing here, where all of their military reserves are located. But